On behalf of the judges, Justice Femisola Aziz appreciated the National Judicial Council for recommending them to the Lagos State government as judges and assured that they would abide by the Constitution, laws, and their oaths of office.
On behalf of my learned brother judges, we promise that we will not disappoint you or discharge of our duties.
Our correspondent Adeola Kindele reports that the 13 judges were chosen out of 300 applicants, which brings to 37 the number of judges appointed under the Sanwo-Olu administration within 5 years. Meanwhile, Babajide Sanwo-Olu has sworn in Mr. Sam Egube as his new Deputy Chief of Staff. Egube, who was the immediate past Commissioner for Economic Planning and Budget in the state, replaces late Mr. Boyega Shoyonwo. Speaking at the brief ceremony held at the Executive Chamber at Alausa, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu said the position must not be left void in the best interest of residents.
It's the first sitting we're having the last 2 weeks or so. We've all had, a lot of grumpy moments, but in all things, all the religious roots that we have, so we should give thanks. Life, they say, about virtue. As believers, especially if you are a real believer, it's also a sin to mourn forever. Because what it means is that you have no faith. The position of Deputy Chief of Staff, as we know, it's not only strategic, it's actually very critical to all of the things that we do.
Governor Sanwo-Olu urged the newly appointed Deputy Chief of Staff to hit the ground running and bring his wealth of experience, skills, and competency to bear in the journey of taking Lagos to greater heights. In his vote of assurance, Igube thanked the governor for his kind consideration with a promise to channel his wealth of experience and professionalism into the realization of the Themes Plus developmental agenda for improved service delivery to residents. Stakeholders have converged on Ikeja to discuss various ways to tackle the menace of drug abuse in the state. The event, organized by the Office of the First Lady of Lagos State, attracted leadership of higher institutions, religious leaders, non-governmental organizations, market leaders, youth leaders, local government representatives, delegates from ministries in Lagos State, among others. Wife of the Lagos State Governor, Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, urged well-meaning Nigerians from the corporate sector to join hands with government in the war against drug abuse, to reach out to the children and youths involved and bring them out of the streets, rehabilitate and empower them with skills so that they can fend for themselves and be useful to their families. She recalled that verified statistics showed that southwest Nigeria recorded high usage of drugs than other parts of the country, as contained in a report by the National Survey on Drug Use and Health conducted by the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime in collaboration with the National Bureau of Statistics, funded by the European Union, in which Lagos, Gombe, and Oyo states have the highest rates in the country. Similarly, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, in a recent report, stated that 40% of Nigerian youths between 18 and 35 years were deeply involved in the abuse of drugs.
For all of us that are here, we are ambassadors for war against drug abuse. And so we're using advocacy, we're using school campaign, we're using market campaign. Sometimes we're doing the same thing. Every of us needs funds to do this thing all the time. I like the idea that someone said there should be maybe drug abuse trust fund. So we never thought of that.
Representatives of security agencies present at the event, including the Department of State Services, the Police, Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, and the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, called for concerted and collaborative efforts from society, parents and guardians, religious leaders, and strategic approach by security agencies in addressing the challenge. Stakeholders at the event were unanimous in agreement by advocating tackling the issue of drug abuse from the source of supply, especially among youth in the country, while the State Ministry of Youth and Social Development has rolled out plans to begin advocacy and sensitization on the danger of drug abuse among youths in the state. Lagos State government has urged parents and guardians to invest in quality healthcare for their children in order to guarantee a better future for them. Senior Medical Officer, Pediatric Department, Ifakojai General Hospital, Adebosola Adeyemi, made this known during an interview, saying such investment must begin with adequate family planning and optimal care within the first 1,000 days of a child. Adeyemi noted that the right nutrition during pregnancy, exclusive breastfeeding, and providing a safe and nurturing environment, especially during the formative years of a child, are other necessary investments in the life of a child. The pediatrician also urged residents to primary healthcare centers and general hospitals to benefit from the various healthcare initiatives by the state government. She commended Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu and the medical director Ifakojai General Hospital, Bamidele Mustafa, for creating an enabling environment for health education to Lagosians. And that's all for the state news at 7. Just before we go, speed thrills but kills. Do not drive beyond specified speed limits. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms. On X, Traffic Radio 961. Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. On YouTube, subscribe and watch us live on our channel, Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website on www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration injected 100 high-medium capacity buses for standard routes? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government's website. For contact with the newsroom, please send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. And that ends the news broadcast compiled by Adiwale Oluboroku. I am Akan Usen. Thanks for listening and please stay safe.